Welcome to part 3 of calculus. We discuss derivative from the first principles here. Watch carefully. Determine from the first principles the derivative of the function f of x equal to 3x. From the first principle, so we have to use the method of answering this question in few steps. It's usually a question of 5 marks. Let us see how it goes. We have the function f of x equal to 3x, and our intention is to find the derivative of f of x. Step 1. F of x plus h. So in the place of x, we substitute x plus h. We replace x with x plus h wherever we have x. F of x plus h equal to 3 times x plus h, which is equal to 3x plus 3h. Step 2. F of x plus h minus f of x equal to 3x plus 3h minus fx. What is fx? 3x. So we have a subtraction here in step 2, which gives us 3h. 3x and minus 3x cancelled. Step 3. Look at that. We divide the left hand side by h. So we have to divide the right hand side. 3h over h, which gives us 3. That is our step 3. Now the final step. We introduce our first principle, the definition of f dash x. F dash x equal to limit h approaches 0, f of x plus h minus f of x over h. We have to write this because we are finding the derivative using first principles. When you have a question with first principles method, you must write all these 4 steps very carefully. The step with the limit is most important. Okay. So what is that? Limit of f of x plus h minus f of x over h. Already we have f of x plus h minus f of x over h is equal to 3. So limit h approaches 0 of 3. And we have already seen in our part 1 the concept of limit. And we have seen examples there. Limit of 3 when h approaches 0 is 3. So that is the method of finding the derivative using first principles. We have to write all these steps, and it's a sure question of 5 marks. One more example. Determine from the first principles the derivative of f of x equal to x square plus 1. So we are going to write all the steps here. Step 1. F of x plus h is equal to x plus h whole square plus 1. We replace x with x plus h. And now we have a bracket, so we expand very carefully. X plus h whole square is x square plus 2hx or 2xh, anyway you can write, plus h square plus 1. Step 2 is subtraction. F of x plus h minus f of x. So we subtract x square plus 2hx plus h square plus 1 minus, what is fx? X square plus 1. Look at that. We have to use a bracket here very carefully, because if you miss that bracket, the term inside the bracket may go wrong. So we have the answer here, x square plus 2hx plus h square plus 1 minus x square minus 1. Look at that. Be careful at that step. Is equal to 2hx plus h square. How does it come? X square and minus x square cancelled, plus 1 and minus 1 cancelled. So we get 2hx plus h square. Step 3, division by h. So we divide left side and right side. Now 2hx plus h square over h. We have to divide by h, all the terms by h. So what we do, we take the common factor in the numerator, h is common. Inside the bracket we get 2x plus h, so that the h in the numerator will be cancelled with h in the denominator. We get 2x plus h. That is our step 3. Now the final step, the introduction of the definition. F dash x equal to limit f of x plus h minus f of x over. Remember that this definition, writing the definition is very, very important, which is equal to limit h approaches 0 of 2x plus h, and we substitute 0 for h, and our final answer, the derivative of the function, is equal to 2x. Determine from the first principles the derivative of f of x equal to 3 minus 2x square. Another question. So we write f of x plus h, which is 3 minus 2 times x plus h whole square, which is equal to 3 minus 2 times expansion of x plus h whole square. Do it very carefully. Remove the bracket. We get 3 minus 2x square minus 4hx minus 2h square minus 3 plus 2x square. That is our subtraction step. Then finally we get minus 4hx minus 2h square. We divide by h. We take common factor h outside the bracket, and inside we get minus 4x minus 2h, h and h cancelled, and we get minus 4x minus 2h. That is the third step. Now the final step, we have limit. So don't forget to write the limit on both sides. Limit of minus 4x minus 2h gives us minus 4x. Another question, derivative of f of x equal to x to the power 3 using first principle. Okay, we write f of x plus h. Here it is power cube, power 3. Look at that, x plus h to the power 3. So we expand very carefully. We have already seen this cubical expansion in the previous lessons. So how do we write? The first term is x, so we write x to the power 3 plus 3 times x square, the square of the first term, then the second term, that is h, 3x square h plus 3 again, the first term times power 2 of the second term, h square. So 3x h square, lastly h to the power 3, the second term power 3. Now we subtract very carefully. X cube minus x cube cancelled. That is all. We get 3x square h plus 3x h square plus h cube. Then we divide by h. We take the common factor h outside and cancel with h in the denominator. We get 3x square plus 3xh plus h square. Now the limit step. We write the limit of 3x square plus 3xh plus h square. H becomes 0. We get 3x square. The derivative of x to the power 3 is 3x square. Find, okay, it can be determined or find from the first principles the derivative of f of x equal to 1 over x, a fraction. So we start again. F of x is 1 over x. F of x plus h is 1 over x plus h. We subtract, but when we subtract these two fractions, listen very carefully. We take the LCD. So LCD is x plus h times x. First term 1 over x plus h, 1 times x minus 1 times x plus h in the numerator. And we remove the bracket and we get minus h over x plus h times x. Divide by h, and we have another h in the denominator. So h in the numerator is cancelled with the denominator h. We get minus 1 over x plus h times x. The final step, the limit. So write limit h approaches 0. Now h becomes 0. We get minus 1 over x plus 0. So the final answer is minus 1 over x square. Hope you understood this derivative using first principles. Share with your friends. Keep on watching all the videos. Thank you.